My name is Justin Purves. I'm the Regional Director of Marketing for Banyan Hotels and Resorts in Europe.
Thanks so much for joining us here at World Travel Market. Can you tell us why this is an important event for you?
This year in particular, it's especially important for us because for the first time over the last year or so, we have found ourselves in destinations which are mainly known for touring. Most of our hotels up until now have been very much fly and flop, but with our new openings in India, in Vietnam, and China, it does give us the opportunity to work with some of the touring specialists who we haven't perhaps explored before. So this week in particular, who I'm meeting with is a lot of local DMCs, which is great for me because it allows me to build up a greater destination knowledge as well. Because often when it comes to touring destinations, it's not just a hotel you're selling, but it's a destination as well. So it's been a fantastic show, yeah, definitely.
And can you tell us a bit more about those new openings?
Yeah, I mean, I'm particularly excited about India. I think that's going to be a great opening for us. The reason for which is in southern India at the moment, there isn't a property which would complement the grand dams of whether it be the Oberoi or Raja or Taj properties in the north. So it's going to be a great extension for anybody who does the traditional tour to the north, Rajasthan and such, who always look for an extension, whether it be to the Himalayas, to Goa and Kerala. And we're offering them a fantastic project which complements perfectly any of the two brands that I just mentioned. So I think it's going to fit great into India, and certainly there's nothing in the south that compares to us. But again, Vietnam is going to be a great destination for us. And actually, we're creating probably the first real beach destination in Vietnam, in Lang Co. So we have two properties opening there, in fact. We've had one open this week, which is the Banyan Tree in Lang Co. And we will launch the Angsana in Lang Co, which is a somewhat bigger property, early next year. So it's great for us to be in such a country. And we're very close. We're in Lang Co is very close to Da Nang, and we're very close to two UNESCO World Heritage Sites as well. So not just for your traditional maybe fly and flop holiday, it's a great touring spot as well, a great place to start your tour, certainly.
And how have your occupancy levels been so far this year?
So lucky. I tell you why. We're fortunate. The European market has maintained. It's been really strong for us. The UK we've maintained their position. Germany is probably going to increase by about 20%. Russia, I think, by 5, 6, maybe 7%. Spanish market, believe it or not, has increased by 22%. The only market which perhaps hasn't increased as much as we would have hoped is the Italian market, in fact. But where we've done really well as a company, it's the China and the Far East, certainly. Our emerging markets, for example, our business in the Maldives last year increased by 65% from the Chinese market. So this is a very, very strong market for us. But what we're trying to achieve as a company, again, no matter what, you don't want to have too many German tourists, too many English tourists, too many Chinese tourists, too many of anything in particular. You're looking for this whole concept of rainbow tourism, certainly. And I think we're very close to achieving that as an organization, so we're very fortunate. Our occupancy levels have been very strong.
And have you noticed any traveller trends of recent months?
Yeah, the thing is, the trends really have broken down in the UK over the last... since the beginning of the recession, certainly. I mean, traditionally, January and February were always your strongest months. People used to get their bonus in January, and that was it. They used to invest in their holidays. People have become a lot more cautious over the last few years. But we did notice one, I wouldn't say it's a trend, but it was certainly a phenomenon. This summer, the weather was so bad in the lead up to the Olympics. It was great for our tour operating partners because all of them have got fantastic results, not just for the coming months, but for the first time in a long time, we've actually seen business into the first quarter and the next quarter of next year. So it's great to have that business, that base business in already. Whether that will continue as a trend, on the other hand, I'm not too sure. But it's good for us going forward for next year, certainly. So we'll keep our fingers crossed.
So lots of exciting things going forward.
Yeah,
but also earlier this year you were nominated for a number of awards. The Banyan Tree Al Wadi in particular was named Middle East's leading desert spa resort, and it picked up a few other awards as well. What's the significance of winning awards such as these for the group?
I always feel a bit of a fraud when I'm up here talking about awards, but given that I work in a corporate office, it really is testament to KP, our chairman, and particularly operational staff on board. And the Banyan Tree Al Wadi with Anders Dimblad, he's probably one of the best general managers I've worked with. And it's just great recognition for all the hard work that our operational staff put in more than anything else. As I say, I always feel like a little bit of a fraud when I'm taking any kind of credit for these guys, but it's really down to the operational staff and the GM, and of course KP to have the vision to open these hotels in the first place. So, no, it's a great honour for us, absolutely.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Please.